I am Denise Kester. I am an artist, writer, teacher, dream keeper, and dreamer. Art Dreams Life is a slideshow adapted from a presentation I gave for the International Association for the Study of Dreams, a conference held June 2021. I hope you enjoy it. When I was a young child, I had a significant thing happen to me, and that is, I had a precognitive dream. I had a dream and then I saw it play out in front of me a few days later. It wasn't anything extraordinary, it was just ordinary life, but this event had a huge effect on me, pointing me in the direction of my eventual life's work with dreams and art. This precognitive dream made me aware that there was more to the world than what I was being taught by my family or my first grade teacher. That there is something else going on that is deep and rich and strange. How is it possible that I could have a dream and then a few days later it would play out before my eyes? I knew what was about to happen and what was about to be said and who was going to say it. Because of this precognitive dream, I started paying attention to my dreams. I began to understand that dreams are a doorway to knowing that waking life didn't provide. The illumined quality of the dream life replay was like a spotlight on something amazing and unexplained, a mystery that had caught my imagination. Then, as a teenager, I started drawing from my dreams and keeping a journal. Drawing from my dreams helped me have a better understanding of what my dreams were about. I was, and still am, especially tuned in to the animals that appear in my dreams. There's something about the animal dreams that were and are more potent than other dreams. I came to realize that the act of speaking or telling the dream is one thing, but in drawing the dream and bringing the dream visually into this reality, this heightened the power of the dream for me. It intensified what I learned from that dream. Visually drawing or painting the dream was a way for me to honor and respect the information that I was receiving from that dream. It was helping me develop a trusting relationship with dream power, a term used to describe dream intelligence from Anne Faraday's books, The Dream Game and Dream Power, which were the first books that I came across on dream work. There is something about honoring and respecting the dream that made my dream connection stronger. This monoprint describes the point I am making. This piece is an image that appeared in a dream. As soon as I woke up, I headed straight to my studio and created this piece called Raven Dream. Here's the story. Crow returned home dreaming a raven dream, a big dream full of promise and gifts, full of hope and renewal, light and warmth. It was a power dream of strength and courage, a way of seeing multidimensionally while standing firmly grounded in personal power, a way to survive in troubled times. Crow is pretty smart and knows that when you take a raven dream seriously, the raven dream will take you seriously. So Crow took the raven dream to heart. She danced the dream, sang the dream, painted the dream, acted out the dream, and she gave the dream away. The dream gift multiplied in the telling and sharing and became part of other people's lives and stories. No longer a dream, but a reality. Crow continues to have raven dreams, and she continues to pay attention to them, and they continue to pay attention to her. The more I honored my dreams by drawing, the more my relationship to my dreams developed into my dream work, artwork, life work. For close to 50 years, these elements have been intertwined and woven into what it is I do and who I am. And because of this, when things show up in my dreams, they begin to show up in my art. And when they show up in my art, they also show up in my dreams. The doorway between art and dreams is completely open. In the past few years, I haven't been remembering my dreams like I used to, but it hasn't stopped my dreams from showing up in my art. When I create art, I'm tapping into dream time, which is similar to the Australian Aboriginal way of thinking. In Dr. Jean Houston's foreword in my book, Drawing on the Dream, she says, "Dream time takes place in the dream place, which is everywhere and nowhere. It occurs in a time beyond time. The life of the dreaming is the life force that flows through all life. It is the force that spiritually maintains the world." I believe the dream time is connected to our nighttime dreaming, that is also connected to what Carl Jung describes as the collective unconscious and consciousness of our planet, in the personal as well as the universal. I am a printmaker, specializing in monoprints and monotype prints. I create my art by using oily lithographic inks on a plexiglass sheet or plate. I use rubber rollers, brayers, and palette knives to lay color, and Q-tips for drawing and wiping away. Everything is layered and created on the surface of the plexiglass plate. When the inked plate is complete, I place paper on top of the wet image and run it through an etching press, creating a unique print. Using the medium of monoprinting, I draw from the dream, and the dream draws from me. The stories and the art I reach for are also reaching for me. Together, in partnership, we create a visual story that is relevant to me and, fortunately, is relevant to the global community. I'm going to share a dream I had. In this dream, I am in a crowd of people on a city street in Times Square in New York City. I hear an old rotary phone ringing. Someone I do not know answers it and hands the receiver to me and says, "Hey, it's for you." I'm surprised and taken aback, but I answer the phone. I say, "Hello?" And the person on the other end is a woman, and she says, "I'm calling from the Hopi Nation. The ember is in the canoe. The time is now." 2 weeks later, I'm doing a printmaking demonstration of laying ink on a plexiglass plate. I'm surrounded by students. I'm scraping the ink across the plate with a palette knife. And I suddenly, clearly see a canoe take shape. The dream is not in my mind as I'm teaching. The monoprinting process is a medium that invites what is in my heart and mind and subconscious to come to the surface. Is it a random stroke of the palette knife, or is something from dream time coming through to get my attention? Here is the monoprint that showed up that day. It is called Keepers of the Ember. The canoe carries precious cargo through flood-high waters in a desert land. The time is upon us, and we are in this boat together, grateful that we are not alone. The ember is the spark of imagination that will allow the slow burn of ideas to ignite and become clear, creative solutions for a troubled land. Making art is a sacred relationship between the human heart and the life force of all things. The connection with Dreamtime nourishes the imagination and inspires and replenishes the soul. As a child, I had to hold on to the magic and mystery of that precognitive dream by myself. My imagination and dreams were not encouraged or thought of as real. I wonder where I would be today if I had been encouraged to explore my dreams as a legitimate and very real phenomenon. I came to trust and rely on the animals and dream figures that appear in my work. They are my allies and teachers. I believe and trust what they have to say. They have always told me the truth. I think being creative is a human birthright. It's good for children and adults. When we humans lose our ability to be creative for whatever reason, there's not enough time, jobs get in the way, we're not artistic, whatever the reasons are that we tell ourselves, I believe something starts to die in our human spirit. If we do not create, we become sick. Doing something creative is vital to our well-being, which in turn is vital to the well-being of our planet. It's good for our immune system. It's good for our heart. Art makes life visible. Where there is art, there is hope. Art keeps our imagination alive. As Einstein says, imagination is more important than knowledge. I have a list of important things to remember that I have honed over 30 years of teaching. This is something I share with all my classes before we do anything creative. Imagine this. What you create creates you. Here is a practice that works. Take 3 deep breaths. When you breathe deeply into your belly, it automatically gets you out of your head and brings you into your body and into this present moment, here and now. I believe the belly is the home of the intuitive wisdom. Trust. Trust yourself, the process. Trust the art you make. Be kind. Be kind to yourself in what you create. When you say negative things about yourself or your art, you release an energetic poison that weakens the cells of your brain and your body, and also affects those of us who hear it. Negative talk kills off creative innocence and joy. You may not know the importance of what you create until much, much later. When you honor and respect what you create, you strengthen the connection with your own inner source. Imagine this. What you create is unique to the universe, and it does make a difference. Listen. Listen deeply. The creative process is not about thinking up ideas. It's about listening and following your heart. Remember, you are star material. You are the physical manifestation of billions and billions of years of careful work. The fact that you are here right now with a long line of ancestors behind you is astonishing. Whatever you create is perfect for now. Imagine this. What you create may be crucial to what our world needs now. Say goodbye to that critic, the personal, inner, judgmental art critic. You may know that voice. It's the one that's been keeping you from doing your art. Let go. Let go of expectations. Let go of perfection. Let go of control. When you try to control, it stops the flow of new information. Imagine this. What you create has a voice that is independent from you. There are no mistakes. They just lead you to new possibilities. Relax. You can always rework it later. I would like to close with this art. Mindfully, we care for the dreamers. For it is the dreamers who resolutely hold the world together by imagining and creating a future sustained by love.